Hello students, welcome to biology class. Before we start third lesson, I would like to share few things with you. Generally, 10th class students will have phobia about biology. Phobia is nothing but a fear about the subject. You may fear about biology. You did not to fear because this is the biology is the very simple subject to understand. You need not to mug up the things. You need not to mug up from the workbook or by heart from the workbook. You need not to struggle. The only thing is you need to understand the concept. Okay, so to understand the concept you have to listen the lesson. In 10th class only 10 lessons are there. Biology contains only 10 lessons and which are very simple to understand and which are not hard because they are the lessons which are there in the biology textbook are not talking about a history or about the other planet or else about the whole history. But the 10th class biology will tell you about your body organs, about heart, lungs, kidneys, brain, how they functions. So this is very interesting because you are learning about your body and your body internal organs and how they are functioning. So biology is very easiest subject. The only thing is you need to understand the concept. You need not to mug up the things. So we'll start our lesson, listen the class, understand it, then you can write on your own, in your own sentences. So let's begin our class. So this is a biscuit factory. In this biscuit factory, biscuits are manufactured. So after biscuits are manufactured, this has to be transported to all kirana shops. So this is one shop, this is the other, this is the other, this is the other one. So the biscuits which is manufactured by the factory, biscuit factory, this has to be transported to all kirana shops. So to transport this, we need a truck or a lorry. They will transport. So this is a truck which transports the biscuits to all shops. So these are the shops. Kirana shop. And again this will go there and transport it. Again it goes and transport. Again. So they are going to distribute it. Whatever the biscuits are manufactured in the factory, they has to be packed in the car, and that has to be loaded in the truck and that has to be transported to different shops and customers will come and buy from the shops. In the same way,
this is small intestine. This is large intestine. This is human body. These are lungs. These are kidneys.
So how a truck transports the biscuits which is manufactured or produced in the factory to all shops, in the same way in our body also blood is going to transport all nutrients which are absorbed from the small intestine. So we know that in the small intestine many villi are present. These villi, these structures will absorb the nutrients which are present in the small intestine and these villi are going to absorb the nutrients and these are transported by the blood to all body cells. So we know that our body is made up of many cells. So think these cells are kirana shops. So how a truck is transporting to all shops, in the same way here blood is the truck. So blood is going to take food, nutrients From the small intestine, it is going to absorb by the villi, and villi is going to give it to blood, and blood is going to take to all body cells. So think these are kirana shops. As I told you here, I have given you example of kirana shops. So all cells, body is made up of cells. So every cell to function, it requires food as well as it need oxygen as they need water. Okay, so who will supply to all cells? Blood will supply. So blood is going to take nutrients from the small intestine and it is going to supply to all cells. So nutrients are supplied. Then next, blood is going to take oxygen from lungs and it is going to supply to all cells. So blood will take the oxygen from lungs and it will supply to all cells. Then next, here kirana shops, they got the biscuits and all those things, and some cottons they got, or some waste material. So whatever waste is generated in the kirana shop, they will throw in dustbins. So they will throw in all dustbins, and these dustbins, after they generated waste, they'll throw in the dustbin, and this dustbin they'll dump it. All the waste from the dustbin, they'll dump it in the GHMC truck. So GHMC truck, they are going to come and they'll collect all these dust and they are going to dump in the dump yard. In the same way, our blood is going to take all waste materials generated by the cells. They'll go to each and every cells. Blood is going to go each and every cell. They are going to collect the waste which is generated by the cells and they are going to bring it to the kidneys. So this is renal artery. So renal artery is going to bring the blood which is loaded with the waste material to the kidneys, and kidney are going to filter the waste and the waste material will be excreted out. So here what is the function of blood here? Blood are transporting the things. Either they are transporting oxygen or else they are also transporting the food materials, as well as they are transporting the water to all the cells, and along with that they are taking the waste which are generated by the cells and they are bringing to the kidney for excretion. We are going to learn about transportation. So our lesson is transportation. Transportation, that is nothing but circulation. How? Generally, unicellular organisms, they have only one cell. They have single cell. So in unicellular organism, one cell is present. The body, complete unicellular organism is made up of only one cell. And this one cell, it is going to perform all the functions. So here, separate circulatory system is not required because it is a tiny, small structure. Only it is made up of one single cell. So through diffusion and osmosis, circulation will occur because body is very, very, very small and made up of only one cell. But whereas in multicellular organisms, body is very bigger and body is made up of many cells. So what happens here is from top to our body bottom, from top to bottom, our body contains many cells, many organs and many systems. To circulate to each and every cell, a complete separate system is required, and that system is circulatory system. So in this lesson we are going to learn about circulatory system. So activity 1. Activity 1. So in this activity, what is pulse? Okay, we'll see about pulse. pulse. So I'll tell you what pulse is. Now this is wrist, this is our arm, this is upper arm, this is lower arm, this is hand, and here this place is called as wrist. So near the wrist there is an artery called radial artery, and this artery is superficial, means they are present just below the skin. Generally veins are present just below the skin and arteries are deep seated. They are not superficial, they are little bit under the organs. They are surrounded around the organs. They are not at all superficial. But in our body, only 3 places arteries are superficial. One is wrist, second one is neck, third one is ankle. In these 3 regions, arteries are superficial. That's why doctors will check the pulse only in 3 places. One is wrist, because artery is superficial, just below the skin. And the next one is neck. So pulse can be checked in the neck region also. And pulse can also be checked in ankle region, because arteries are superficial over there. Means they are just present below the skin. We can feel the arteries. But whereas in other places in our body, arteries are deep seated. They are below the organs or surrounded around the organs, but they are not present below the skin. That's why we check pulse in wrist region, or else neck region, or else ankle region. Now let us see the pulse. Here we have radial artery. So just below the thumb, keep the index finger and middle finger. What you will observe? You will observe arithmetic beatings. What you will observe? Arithmetic beatings. So this arithmetic beating is observed when blood flows through this artery. So that arithmetic beating is called as pulse. Okay. And what is heartbeat? When heart contracts and relax. This contraction and relaxation of heart is called as heartbeat. గుండె కొట్టుకోవడాన్ని హార్ట్ బీట్ అంటారు, నాడి కొట్టుకోవడానికి పల్స్ అంటారు. సో పల్స్ is nothing but when blood flows from the heart through this artery, what happens? The rhythmic beating we can observe near the wrist region. So this is called as pulse. Then what is pulse rate? The number of rhythmic beating observed per 1 minute is called as pulse rate. So generally, pulse rate is equal to 72 times per minute. So per 1 minute, 72 times rhythmic beating can be observed in this region. And heartbeat, you know that per minute heartbeat is 72 times. So pulse rate is always equal to heartbeat. Pulse rate is 72 times per minute. This is at rest position. But when you are jogging, when you are running in the morning or after a walk, at the time of jogging, after you went out for jogging and when you come back and when you check your pulse rate or heartbeat, it is more than normal. So we can take 3-4 your family members and you can observe the pulse rate or heartbeat at rest, and after jogging also you can observe it. If you observe, you can find the differences. So you need not to get panic when your heartbeat increases after jogging, because it is normal. After jogging, then the blood flow, the blood circulation increases. When blood circulation increases, normally pulse rate or heartbeat increases. So you need not to get panic when you find heart rate or pulse rate more than the normal after jogging. In the activity 2, take your friend's hand and take one shirt button, and to the shirt button you insert the matchstick. Now our matchstick and shirt button is ready. So keep this shirt button where you found in the previous activity, where you found the pulse, there you have to place. So if you place here, what you will observe? See, we observed the shaking. Why it is shaking or why it is jumping like this? Because of pulse. I told you what is pulse is. The rhythmic beatings is observed when blood is going to flow through the artery. So from the heart to the hand, what is happening? Blood is moving through the artery. So when blood is moving through the artery, what happens in this place? We observe pulse. Pulse is nothing but a rhythmic beating. Beating is observed when blood is flowing through the artery. So for 1 minute, how many times it is just shaking or vibrating or just jumping? Okay, per 1 minute, how many times it is jumping? Just you count it, then that is your result. So at rest, 72 times it is going to jump per 1 minute. This activity, same you can conduct after jogging. After jogging for 10 minutes, and again you can do the same activity. Record how many times it is going to jump or vibrate per minute, and that gives you a result. You can do at rest position, you can do this same activity after jogging. Do you know? Generally, in newborn babies, the number of heartbeat is higher than adults. So, in newborn, 0 to 3 months, in these children, number of heartbeat is 100 to 150. But in infants, 3 to 6 months baby, infants 3 to 6 months baby will have 90 to 120 heartbeat per minute. Then from 6 to 12 months baby, 6 to 12 months baby will have 80 to 120. 80 to 120. Have 1 to 10 years. Children will have 70 to 130. Adults will have 60 to 100. 60 to 100. Adults in the sense after 18 years. So 20 years we call it as adults. And athletes, those who are well trained athletes, they will have 40 to 60. In newborn babies, from 0 to 3 months, it is the number of heartbeat is 100 to 150. But whereas in children like 1 to 10 years, the number of heartbeat is 70 to 130. Whereas in adults, it is 60 to 100. Now you may get doubt why newborn babies or infants, they have more number of heartbeat compared to adults or athletes. That might be your doubt. In newborn or infants, metabolic activities are more. Metabolism. Metabolic activity will be more or it is increased. Whereas in adults, metabolic activities are decreased. Understood? What do you mean by this? I'll tell you. small children, they have less number of cells. So to increase their height, for the development of internal organs, cells has to be divided. So one cell will divide into two cells will divide into 4, and so on. So like that, many cells are divided to form a bigger organ. So for this division, more energy is required, more nutrients has to be supplied. So who will supply this? Blood has to be supplied. But blood will supply when there are enough nutrients in small intestine. So it is going to take from small intestine, it is going to bring it to all the cells, and it takes place very fastly because number of cells are going to divide fastly at faster rate at the developmental stage. Then what happens? It requires more nutrients, it requires more oxygen that has to be transported to all the cells. Blood are going to transport it to all the cells. So blood should function fastly. Suppose all kirana shops stocks are over, and in all shops materials are required. So from the factories, all the trucks or lorries, they'll come very fastly. As the customers increases and customers takes more amount of food materials, then they'll give more order to the factories, and factories will transport very fastly, like that. In the same way, here also blood is going to transport, blood is going to move in our body very fastly, and is going to supply to all the cells for developing organs. As the blood is moving very fastly, working very fastly in small children, that's why here heartbeat or pulse rate is higher. But in adults it is less, because the metabolic activity when you compare with the children, it is less, and moreover in adults all organs are developed, so they require less supply of blood when you compare with the small children. That's why the metabolism rate is higher in children, the metabolism rate is lower in adults. Based on today's topic, your homework is: what is pulse rate? What is the relation between heartbeat and pulse rate? Then why in small children number of heartbeat is more compared to adults?